Steve Kim for UCN Live, and I'm here with trainer Freddie Roach. May 2nd, his man Manny Pacquiao takes on Floyd Mayweather in what many people are calling the biggest fight of the century. Freddie, it seems like an obvious question though. Is this the biggest fight you've ever been involved in?
By far. I mean, I've been in some big heavyweight title fights, and I thought, like, I'll never get bigger than this. But then, this fight so far has really been so much bigger than any fight I've ever been involved with in my life. And I mean, the amount of the press, the questions, the red carpet, it's a little crazy. It's a little bit much sometimes, but we do have to do. We do have to sell the fight, and Mayweather's camp is easy to expose sometimes, and we get little arguments here and there. But it's the biggest fight by far.
Freddie, throughout this whole process, let's go back to 2007. You were involved in the last quote-unquote fight of the century. You had Oscar De La Hoya against Mayweather. What was that like? And early on, is this one that much bigger?
You know, the thing is, we trained in Puerto Rico for that fight, so we didn't really get the number of press and the people attending the press conference. It wasn't nearly as big as this. I mean, Oscar was a very famous guy. He had the girls, the boys. He had everyone coming to the fights, and but this fight is so much bigger already.
Freddie, I find this interesting. Every day you are basically briefed by either Marie or Fred Sternberg about what is going on. The media people coming in, cameras, the crews. How have you handled that particular dynamic? Because usually you run a pretty free-flowing gym here. Yeah,
but the thing is, this is the first time when I'm going over strategy with Manny, when we're doing mitts and we're doing boxing, when we're sparring, I'm throwing everyone out of the gym. I mean, all the media has to leave, all the cameras have to leave. They can wait. They wait in the parking lot until we're done with the cardio we're doing with the, because once we start working on the game plan, I really don't want anyone to really know what we're up to. So I used to be more wide open because I wanted to put fear in the opponents. But this one, I want to surprise Mayweather with. We have a great game plan, and I think we have a great game plan to win this fight.
Yeah, Freddie, you've gone all Bill Belichick here with the closed policy. Has that been easy to enforce? I know Manny likes to bring guests. He has his crew of people. I know the media, longtime members that are used to getting a certain type of access. You've had to kind of be the bad guy now and say no. How have you dealt with that?
I had to throw Dave Chappelle and his family out.
He didn't find that funny, did he?
I mean, he's a good friend. He comes to our fights in China. He's a real nice guy. A couple other actors came in. I had to throw them out also. I said, I told my mother yesterday, she was Freddie, can I watch Manny work out tomorrow? I said, yeah, but during strategy-wise, you have to go outside. And
whoa. Your own mom doesn't get the pass?
No.
Just keep that in mind, folks. Okay.
So, it's just the way it is, because I tell one guy at Manny's camp came up to me and said, can I watch your workout? I said, you're an extra body. I said, every time I have one extra body, I might get two extra bodies. I don't need that, The thing is, I have my guys. They know what they're doing. We're working out with 5 or 6 people in the whole place. The workouts have been great. Manny likes it. He also likes the crowd, believe me, and stuff like this, and likes to play to the audience a little bit. He does miss that a little bit, but the thing is, when we're doing strategy, there's nobody in here. So then, when strategy's over and he's going on the heavy bag or the speed bag or jumping rope, then I let the guys back in. They can film all they want.
Freddie, Mayweather has a very sophisticated style. We know what he's about. Number one, how long have you been studying for certain breakthroughs you can make, certain weaknesses, if there are any? And number two, how long have you been studying them?
About 5 years now, and I know him pretty well. The game plan has changed a little bit because he's gotten a little bit older, and Manny's gotten a little bit older, and they're not the same as they once were, but the adjustments are small, but there's some little adjustments in it. And there's a couple of mistakes that he does make. And I do have a good advantage because I lost to him against Oscar. But Oscar won the first 6 rounds, and he lost the second 6 rounds. And I know why he did that. I know exactly why he blew the last 6 rounds in that fight. So, I know Oscar and Manny aren't the same, but the thing is, I know how he won that fight, and I know how he sets traps. And he's very clever, and he sets traps, and if you walk into the trap, you will get hit. And Manny Pacquiao will identify what he set in the trap, and he won't fall for it. I mean, he hasn't failed me once in training yet.
Early on, we're not even 2 weeks into this, is he at where you want him to be physically and psychologically?
Physically, yes. Psychologically, sometimes I worry about. He thinks it might be. I think he might think it's going to be a little bit too easy.
Really?
And I told Manny, I actually had a discussion with Miguel Cotto, who fought Mayweather recently, and I said, what's our biggest obstacle? I was asking. So he says speed, and I said, well, we have speed too. So, who's faster? I don't know yet.
We're going to find out May 2nd.
We're going to find out. We will find out very soon. But the thing is, and then I asked 9 of his sparring partners that have worked with him before. I asked them what his best punch is, and I know what his favorite punch is, and I think it's a bad. I like when he uses it. I will like when he uses that punch against Manny Pacquiao, because Manny, I think the southpaw stance will help him. I think he'll take advantage of it. But it's got to be precise. It's got to be timing. It's got to be almost perfect, I mean, so you have no room for error in this fight.
With that said, with these specific certain things that you want to do, how is Manny taking to these teachings early on?
He loves them. He actually already knew half of them. I said, Manny, I know you don't watch tape, but you have been this time.
You could tell, huh?
He just smiles at me, because I know he's watching tape, because this fight that's how much this fight means to both of us. Yeah, we're studying everything. I mean, I'm studying from De La Hoya till now. So now, I've been doing the more recent stuff lately, and seeing some things, some mistakes, also in some habits that he has developed recently, and he's not the same as he was when he fought Oscar that time, but the similarities are still there. So
that's my next question. You fought him, I believe, in May of 2007. Now we're into 2015. 8 years is a long time for anybody.
Yeah.
How do you think he's changed in general, Floyd Mayweather?
I think he's slowed down quite a bit. I think that he has to take breaks. He can't move fluently for 12 rounds.
With his legs. Legs are a problem.
His legs are a problem. He can't move fluently like he used to for 12 rounds, I feel. And the thing is, Manny Pacquiao now, you look at his Algeria fight, he's on his toes for 12 rounds the whole night. And we worked on that in training camp, and his legs are still there. I think that's where we have the advantage. And I think when Floyd takes the break and goes to the ropes and says he wants to exchange more because he wants to be more fan-friendly, I think that's bullshit. I think it's because he has to. And the thing is, Manny has to take advantage of those moments. Just plain and simple.
Freddie, you said something a couple of weeks ago that gained a lot of traction, that someone associated with that side, whether it's Al Haymon or Mayweather, they were trying to bribe your potential sparring partners to not be in this camp. So with that said, we're in the middle of March now. Have you been able to get the proper sparring partners?
The guys that I got are on my side. They're loyal. One of the boys, I trained his brother, and he's going to come out. And the names I'm really bad at, but the boy from Chicago's here, and the boy from Boston will be in tonight. All my sparring partners are here, and I'm paying him well, believe me. Well, Manny's paying him well, but the thing is, they're gonna have to work hard, and they got an incentive also. If they knock Manny down during sparring, they get an extra $1,000. So that's a little incentive for them.
Money talks. Freddie, with that said, with the reports of bribing, tripping stuff up, is that when you made the decision that you were going to run as closed a camp as you ever have, that you were that fearful of leaks, given the nature and the stakes and the magnitude of this fight?
Definitely. I mean, that's why we shut down, and I'm checking out every sparring partner really, really closely because I want to see if he has any dealings with their camp, with Heyman camp, and he might be a spy, because I don't trust these guys, and they would send a spy. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't trust them that much, you know. And I actually don't like these guys. I mean, you know, I've dealt with the Mayweathers for a long, long time in my life. I've known Floyd since he was 5. I think he might be the best one out of the bunch. Roger, me and him hate each other. I mean, if he walked in the door, we might get in a fight. I mean, you know, but then you know, his dad is like, his poems are a little bit annoying, but I think it's kind of funny, to be honest with you. But you know, I like the dad in the corner because he is not the best cornerman. Roger's been there 90% of the time. Roger's the better cornerman. Roger gets the message to the fighter better than the dad. The dad stutters so much in the corner. I mean, it takes him 3 minutes to get one word out, like, get him! Like, I mean, the guy, he gets so nervous. And so I think he's going to hurt the corner, and I think Mayweather is just going to fight by himself in there anyway, because that's what he does. He's a born fighter. He was never taught by anybody. I mean, he trains himself, and the thing is, I don't think he can match up with our game plan.
Freddie, with that said, I know with the Mayweathers there is some animosity going back a few years, which you just outlined. I heard you say a few things that surprised me. Manny doesn't really seem to like Floyd in your estimation.
For the first time in my life, I've seen Manny. I have a really strong feeling that he doesn't like his opponent for the first time ever, because he won't say nothing good or nothing bad, but he'll just stay neutral, you know. And I've never seen him like this before, because you know, sometimes when we were going through the game plans and so forth, he becomes Mayweather in the ring, and he gives me the shoulder and all the bullshit, you know. So, and he just kind of, then he laughs it off, and it goes away, you know. So I don't think he really likes his opponent, and that's why I'm hoping, like, you know, I know, like, the religious trade-off, you know, there's a lot of good things he did in his life to clean his life up, and you know, his family. I mean, he made a lot of good decisions in his life when he changed religions. You know, the thing is, but what we lost a little bit was the killer instinct.
The ferocity.
Yeah, we lost a little bit of that. So the thing is, I think the last fight was a little bit better than usual, and I think it's going to carry over in this fight. And I feel we will knock this guy out, because Manny knocks guys out that he doesn't like. That's how it's been from day one. So that's what I'm betting on a knockout.
Freddie, final question here. Would it be safe to say, and I've asked certain members of your camp that would know, would this be a correct factual statement that Manny Pacquiao has not been this motivated, this tuned into a fight since the De La Hoya matchup of 2008?
By far, this is the best he's ever been. Everything we do is just precise, 100%. I mean, the game plan is working well. He knows when to use it. I'm as excited as he is for this fight, and this is the best I've seen him, and this is the best I've seen me.
All right, Freddie, appreciate the time. This is Steve Kim for UCN Live with trainer Freddie Roach.